Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you is the very talented actress Cheryl Lee Ralph. Now, Cheryl Lee is a veteran in the true sense of the word. She started her career off on one of the most iconic Broadway plays ever, Dreamgirls, where she played the central character of Dina, and that was over 30 years ago. Now, Cheryl Lee is making some news here lately because she went on the Angela Yee podcast to promote her new book, Diva 2.0.12 Life. Now, in this particular podcast interview, she revealed that she was SA by a famous TV judge. And the SA took form in the place of him shoving his tongue down her throat. Now, people should understand what SA today, the definitions can change, and that is considered a SA assault. And the reason being is because he penetrated her mouth, which is her body, without her consent. So I do not dispute that, what she's saying right there about her being SA'd by this particular famous TV judge. However, I have some problems with this. And on another blog post I wrote in, and I actually called Cheryl Lee Ralph a coward. And I'm going to stand by that word. Yes, she's a coward in the true sense of the word. And I mentioned that she's a coward simply because she refuses to name the judge. And that right there is extremely problematic. I'm going to explain to you why. See, because when you do not name the perpetrator, you leave the door open for innocent people to be looked at, to be whispered about, and to be accused of doing this heinous crime. Now, at that particular time that she's talking about, 25 plus years ago, there's been a lot of famous judges on TV. And she did mention that it was not one of the characters here who I have pictured in this particular video. And I mentioned that there's a lot of particular judges there. The problem with this thing here is just a lot of things, but let me back up there. She said it wasn't a particular judge, but who knows? It could have been that judge. Maybe they're friends now. Maybe he apologized years later. We don't really know. But her account to me is kind of sketchy and murky because she basically refuses to name a perpetrator who did this particular crime on her, and who knows how many others. I have Halle Berry pictured here. And the reason why I have Halle Berry pictured is because this is the problem when you do not name people. Do you remember Halle Berry stating that a famous boyfriend busted her eardrum and left her with like 70% hearing loss in one of her ears? And for a 15-year period, people were looking at Christopher Williams. They thought he did it. He took the blame for that. And he felt the stigma of that for a 15-year period. And finally, he revealed, and it was revealed that it was Wesley Snipes was the boyfriend who beat Halle Berry so badly that she resulted in 70% hearing loss in one ear. Now, see, all of this could have been remedied from the very beginning had Halle Berry would have named her attacker. This is what I mean by you getting innocent people involved into something that they probably had nothing to do with. Now, this is Rose McGowan. Thank God that Rose McGowan had enough guts and courage to come forward, even after a gag order, to admit what this particular demon did to her. She spilled the beans on Harvey Weinstein, which resulted in an avalanche of women coming forward. Rose McGowan's courageous act of revealing her attacker led other women to be brave, to come forward. And this is what happens a lot of times. You spark something in people, and they realize that I do not have to be quiet. What she spoke about, what she revealed, emboldened me to come forward. This is the reason why I do not agree with Shirley Ralph being quiet. Because, number one, it's almost like you allowing this particular person to get away with a crime in which they did commit. And it's almost like you are enabling this particular person if they are still around. And who knows how many other women they have done this to, or if they're still doing it. And if this was that many years ago, 25 plus years ago that we're talking about, what type of power does this person have over you? What can they do to you today? So by you being quiet, you're not really helping a situation at all. And it leaves many people to wonder and speculate, is she just saying this to add some more sultry details in the book because we know that controversy sells? And I'm wondering if she's saying this because she doesn't want the person to come back and have some type of a rebuttal. And what's really strange to me, well, a rebuttal. Let me back up a minute there. A rebuttal to contradict her story. And here's the thing. If she's claiming that there were many people there, why not reveal them? If it was many people there like she's claiming, it happened in front of, I guess she says that people within the studio, they've seen it and they were aghast by, he was just so bold to do that. Why would you not name him? Because eventually, with that many people, you would think that the name is going to be revealed anyway. So I just think that it does no good in a situation like this during the Me Too movement to be quiet about who the perpetrator was, because you want to protect other women. And it's strange how Shirley Ralph can give all these emboldening, bold speeches about loving who you are in the mirror, so forth.
Watching here, come close to the screen and listen. People don't have to like you. People don't have to love you. They don't even have to respect you. But when you look in the mirror, you better love what you see. You better love what you see. Thank you to the critics. Thank you. Thank you.
She comes across as someone who can talk the talk, but who can't really walk the walk. I mean, it's about being bold yourself, looking in the mirror and stating that I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going to speak up for other actresses or women who may not be on my level, who may have been taken advantage of by this particular person. I want to make sure that she has a voice and that she can draw strength from my voice. And I want to send a message to any perpetrator out there who is even thinking of assaulting another female, that we will speak up. We will reveal your name. We will tell what you did to us. We are not going to be silent. Because what you must remember is that in your silence, you are enabling people. You're not helping anyone by being silent about not revealing who your perpetrator is. If he did this to you, then it's your truth. It's not a lie, is it? If it's not a lie, then come forward and reveal the person who did this act to you. Do not enable someone to get away with a sexually committed crime, or God forbid, if they're still out there doing this to other women. Because to some degree, you may hold just a little bit of blame or fault if these acts are continuing to be done. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you all beyond and through.